Okay.
For the people out there who don't know, tell them who you are and how long you've been in this game.
I am Aisha Vibes, and I've been in the game since a little kid, actually, because both my parents are musicians. So, you know, yeah, I was around music basically all my life, but being an independent artist only since 2018.
Wow.
Yeah.
What drives you when you get up in the morning? Because I know this can be challenging sometimes.
Right.
What puts that fire in you every day to just keep going and continue?
Definitely the fact that I was signed to a record label before. I was very young, I was like 19, and I signed a contract where I was trapped in for 5 years. And I was too black. They always photoshopped me lighter. I was not allowed to wear my hair curly. It was always supposed to be straight. Photo shootings, they like Photoshop my whole body so it looks like straight and I look smaller and shit. So even when I was writing lyrics, they were always kind of like, no, don't do it like that, don't do it like that. No, you're supposed to sound like this, you're supposed to sound like that. You know what I mean? So they really tried to make, you know, a complete different Aisha Vibes out of me. And I hated that so bad, and I wanted to get out of that contract so bad, but didn't know the right people to get me out. So I was just stuck for 5 years, and I always remember that. Like when I wake up in the morning, I'm like, okay, you are free now. You can do whatever you want. You're not in the situation that you've been in, you know, like years ago. So you better go hard for yourself.
That's right.
Yeah.
So us as artists, we have so many different layers to us that only, to a certain extent, only we know about. Even the closest people to you, they may be non-believers. But you know inside, y'all can do this, I can do that, I can play around with this. You put it out there, and what the audience does, they gravitate towards what they like. So they kind of put you in a box. We want the German, so your next release, we want that again.
Yeah.
You know what? That's not too much of a bad thing, because eventually, in order to maintain longevity in this game, you're going to have to reinvent yourself. If you look at all of the greats who had longevity, I'm not talking about one-hit wonders. They reinvented themselves over the years.
Right.
You had Nas, he came out Illmatic, you know what I mean? Then he reinvented and came back as Nas Escobar.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? Going on Nostradamus. Every time just reinventing. Biggie came out as Biggie Smalls when he transformed into Frank White. I can keep going. I know you do singing, but I'm just naming a couple legends who had longevity and had careers that will be timeless.
Yeah.
They reinvented themselves. So all of that talent you got, all of those layers, it's cool if they want to gravitate towards one ingredient.
Right.
It's kind of annoying because I'm more than that and you guys want me to do that every time. But I would just look at it like, you know what, when I come back out next time, I will give them that shit unapologetically.
Right.
Like, I'm a singer and I'm great at this, and I think they're gonna love it because it's who you truly are.
I think it's also very dope that I can sing my hooks, you know what I mean? And that also I kind of ended up always making the songs as if I'm featuring myself, because then I rap like a verse and then I sing a verse and then I sing the hook or something, you know? Just give them at least one verse where I'm rapping, you know, with the flows, but also still, you know, do the singings.
Who would you say inspires you to never ever quit?
I would say myself. Like, you know, just when I think about like what I've been through in my career and what I've done, because I kind of accidentally happened to be like a radio host at some point, because I was working at like a frozen yogurt spot, and I was insulting somebody who was working at frozen yogurt and at a radio station, and he thought it was funny. So he was like, have you ever thought about working like for a radio, you know? And I was like, I was a bitch that day. I was like, nah, my music's gonna be on the radio one day. What you talking about?
Right.
And he was like, yeah, you should try. Like, I really like, you know, your character and everything. Like, this is my card. Just like, if you want, like, we're always looking for fresh voices on the radio and stuff. And I was like, okay. So I Googled and I was like, okay, there's more money than frozen yogurt, so let me give it a shot, you know? And 2 weeks later, I was a radio host at this radio station. And then 3 years later, Apple Music hit me up also, because they were like, yo, we're doing these playlist radio shows, and the Ebro is doing it in New York, Zane Lowe is doing it in LA, and we want to do it in Berlin, and we want you to be that person.
Wow.
And I was like, that's crazy, because I felt blessed, but at the same time I was like, I don't want to host, you know? I just want to be an artist. Why is everybody asking me to host? Like, I can't. And then there's a very significant thing that happened while I was working there that also really, really motivated me, because we met Charlie Sloth from Fry in the Booth in London, and he was like, yo, I wanna go international, yo. I'm coming to Berlin, bring me the hottest freestyle rappers in my booth. And I was like, damn, another moment where I feel like I am the hottest rapper to step in your booth, but okay, my job was to, find somebody else and pick somebody else. So I was like, shit, okay, so I picked out 3 people, and like 24 hours before Charlie Sloth touched down in Berlin, all 3 of the rappers actually like canceled. And they were like, yo, we can't make it. And I'm like, fuck, this is my call. Okay, then like I can do it if nobody's doing it, So I was talking to my boss and I was like, I feel like I could save this whole situation, you know what I mean? And just do it. And he was like, yeah, but they told me from the beginning, you can do it, but it's not gonna be aired because you are our host, and it's very important that you stay the host. And we do this with new upcoming artists who are hot right now. And that's basically not me in that moment. So I felt like, all right, okay.
I'm gonna see you when I get on.
I'm gonna see you when I get on, exactly. And what I did was, I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. No, I'm gonna do it. I don't care if it's aired or not, I'm gonna do this, And then I panicked for a second because I was like, Charlie Sloth, oh my God, what the fuck? What was I thinking to say that I could do this? I can't do this, but I can't also cancel now, All of these rappers cancel, I can't cancel, I'm gonna do it. So I was just like listening to beats all night, and I was like, I got this vibes, like, don't you like believe in yourself, you got this. And I pulled up the next day and Charlie was like, oh, what are you doing here? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, but you're the host, right? I'm like, yeah, but I can spit some fire. And he's like, okay, then, you go ahead, try it. And I was so nervous. I'm telling you, like, I was so scared to fuck it up. And he was super cool. He was like, yo, some of these rappers like read from their phones while they do it. So, you'll be all right. Just do it. And I did it like 5 minutes, killed it like in one take. And I'm like, oh shit. I remember that was such a proud moment where I looked in the mirror and I was like, yes, you are motivating yourself to like go hard. You know what I mean? And to do it. Because like who in Germany can say they was in Charlie Sloth's Fire in the Booth? You know what I mean?
Right.
I can say that now. You know what I mean?
I think sometimes we don't know our own strength. You know what I'm saying? It sounds to me like you're multi-talented, but you're like, this is where my heart is at. This is my passion. But other people are grabbing other things from you that they like, and you're like, no, take this. Y'all don't know about this yet. I think it's all just a part of your journey. Like I've had experiences like that on the come up. I think don't kill me, but I can see why they would say they wanted you to be a radio host. I can see why.
All right, guys, wrap it up. I'm done here. I'm just like,
no. Yeah. The presence and like I know, like I have personal friends who do it on a high level, and I can see why they would want you to do that. And that's a great thing that you have all of those talents. I wouldn't fight against none of those opportunities, especially nowadays. Yeah. You want to be doing this, you want to be like an octopus, you want to have the arms going in different directions, you want to do as many things as you can. And what makes it even crazier is, y'all think y'all like this, wait till y'all get to this fire. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, man, interesting, very interesting story. It sounds like you're fighting off being multi-talented though.
I know, yo, my mom says the same thing.
Like, really?
Yeah, because she was like, yo, you have to stop like dimming your own light. You have so many talents and that is so dope. Like, take all the opportunities. Don't just be like, no, I'm an artist and I want to sing in English and nothing else is gonna make me happy. Nah, man, just, like you said, like an octopus, like, just do it all. Yeah.
Nah, do it all. Well, listen, great chopping it up with you.
Yes,
I wish you much more success. Please, man, use all of those talents, let them shine.
Yes.
And God bless.
Thank you so much.
No doubt.